Hello class, you're welcome to Direct Stars. In our mathematics class today, we'll be looking at raising powers. And the aim of this lesson is to understand the concept of repeated multiplication, be able to apply rules of exponents to simplify complex expressions. The objective of this lesson is that at the end of this lesson, you'll be able to understand the concept of a power as repeated multiplication. Now, raising powers in mathematics involves applying an exponent to a base that already has an exponent. And to calculate this, you multiply the exponents together while keeping the base the same. So for instance, if we have a is power m, where our a is the base and m is the power. So raising this to another power, we can have this to be equals to, that's a. So we are just going to multiply the powers. That's m times n. So we're going to be looking at 5 examples in this topic. Example 1. Here we have to simplify y raised to power 2 and everything raised to power 3. So what we're going to do here is just to multiply the powers together. Of course, y raised to power 2, then everything raised to power 3. So we can have this to be y raised to power 2 multiplied by 3. Then we can have this to be y. 2 times 3, we're going to have this to be 6. So we have y raised to power 6. Example 2. Here we have to simplify. That's x raised to power 3, close bracket, then everything raised to power minus 5. You can have this to be equals to, that's x raised to power 3 multiplied by minus 5. You can have this to be equals to, that's x, 3 times minus 5, we're going to have that to be minus 15. So we're going to have this to be x raised to power minus 15. We move to example 3. Here we have to simplify. That's 2 raised to power 3. Then everything raised to power 2. Now we can do this in 2 ways. And for the first method, we can have this. We can simplify 2 raised to power 3. Then 2 raised to power 3, you can have that to be 2 times 2 times 2. Then all raised to power 2. Of course, we can have 2 times 2 times 2. We're going to have that to be 8. Then 8 raised to power 2 is to multiply 8 in 2 places. So we can have this to be, that's 8 multiplied by 8. And have this to give us 64. And we can also do it in the second method. Now we have 2 raised to power 3. And everything here is power 2. Now multiplying the powers, we can have this to be 2 raised to power 3 multiplied by 2. We can have this to be equals to, that's 2 raised to the power of 6. So we can still have this as multiplying 2 in 6 places. So we can have this to be 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2, then multiplied by 2. So multiplying all this together, 2 times 2 is 4, 4 times 2 is 8, 8 times 2 is 16, 16 times 2 is 32, then 32 times 2, we're going to have this to be 64. So this is the second way of solving that. So move to example 4. Here we have to simplify 5a raised to the power of 3 and everything raised to the power of 2. So we can have this to be equals to, that's 5 raised to the power of 2, then multiplied by a raised to the power 3, then raised to the power 2. Then 5 raised to the power 2, we're going to have that to be 25. Then multiplied, and we have this to be a raised to the power of 3 times 2. We can have this to be equals to, that's 25. 3 times 2, we're going to have that to be 6. So we can have this to be 25a raised to the power of 6. Into the last example. We had to simplify 3y raised to the power minus 2, then close bracket, everything raised to the power 3. So just like example 4, you can have this to be 3 raised to the power 3, then multiplied by y raised to the power minus 2 raised to the power 3, as everything that we have in the bracket is being affected by the power. So 3 raised to the power 3 is multiplying 3 in 3 places. 3 times 3 is 9. 9 times 3 is 27. So we have this to be 27. And multiplied, we have this to be y raised to the power minus 2 times 3. So I'm going to have this to be equals to 27 minus 2 times 3. We have that to be minus 6. So we have this to be 27y raised to the power minus 6. So that will be all in today's class. And if you haven't subscribed, do well to subscribe now. Thank you and see you in the next class. Bye.